Well, we're back here. We are going to continue our mastery on our 890 Serger. We had gone all the way up through the tensioning, which would have ended on page 18. And so we are going to continue on page 19. All right, so are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. So we've set up our machine. It's all ready to go. It's been air threaded. You've seen how to do that. Pretty well how to get into we're going to be working on a 4th thread sewing. And so I want to show you how to adjust your stitch length. Because sometimes you might want a little bit looser stitch length. Sometimes you might want tighter. So it's very easy on this machine. Go ahead and put your fabric underneath. We have our knife set at 6, which is the norm. We are going to start out with tension with our stitch length at 2.5. So go ahead and stitch up. You need that?
Okay.
Go ahead and stitch a little ways down. And stop.
Okay.
And now I want you to move it up to 3 millimeter, and it's just by touching the
want it
stitch
to
length.
3. Okay.
Okay. Stitch a little bit. Stop.
Okay.
Let's move it down to, let's take it to 4 millimeter.
Okay.
Stop. And now move it all the way down to 1 millimeter. So what do we have there? What is it?
This is 2.5.
Then 3.
3. 4. And then back down to 1.
Now let's look at the tensions on those.
Okay.
Because from fabric to fabric, you're going to have to change some tension. Do you see how it's pulling it
Pulling
up?
it out.
So let's look back here and just see what it says about the.
Okay, so let's show. Okay, so she's saying that right there where it's kind of, give me those tweezer thingies, where it's kind of pulling this little loop up right there, that's the left needle. So we're going to figure out why that's happening.
Okay, so we've got it kind of.
Well, couldn't I just use this?
You can. So check that out and see what
Okay.
you.
So it's not that. Not that. It's that. Okay. So increase left needle tension, the yellow. Reduce the red looper.
Lower looper. So first of all, let's try the left needle. Does it say reduce it, right?
It says reduce it.
Okay, so let's take it down.
Okay.
A little bit.
So it's at 4. Take it to 3.5.
Yeah, we'll try. Okay, now let's just stitch a little bit more. And let's go back up to the 3.
Okay. Okay. We look, and it's still pulling.
It's still pulling. Okay, so then let's go in, and it says
On 4.
to do the lower looper.
Did it say daggone?
I think it just said right there.
Reduce. Oh, I messed up. We're supposed to increase this, not decrease it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't read right. Okay, let's try it now. if I look and it's doing it worse. All right.
Okay, so it's little increments at a time.
Deuce this one. Let's try that. Ooh, that's bad. Because then it pulled everything up.
Yeah, so that you don't want, so let's put it back to normal. Go back to your main screen.
Did I choose the right thing?
I can't see it.
I had to have chosen it because it's the yellow.
It's
Needle
that.
thread yellow creates loops on the wrong side. I did that right. Okay. Okay.
All right, let's change this back and let's take it to its norm.
Okay.
All right.
And then take this down. This one. All right. Let's see what happens this time.
Let's look at this and figure this out, because this is the left looper is
This is what it's doing.
yes, it's this one. And so that's the left needle tension is too loose.
This one. And we already had tried it here.
Left needle. We're looking here. That's what they're saying. The left needle is too loose, not the left looper.
Right.
So you change this one, right?
Yes.
Okay. But let's take this one back to
4.
4. Okay.
Okay. I think we've already done this.
I think we have too, but
Yeah, we have. So, still doing it. So, I tell you what. Maybe you need to do it more. Let's try that.
no. Okay. Let's
Makes a nice seam.
yeah, it's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, let's clear. I wanna clear it. I'm gonna go to the right. We're gonna change this and just see for a minute. Ooh. I don't wanna go that much. Okay, try that. All right, I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna hold this if you want to.
Yep.
Let's make sure that these are out of the down in the tensions. Let's lift up the pressure. Okay.
Now try?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Put the foot down. And back to normal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nope. Could it have anything to do with the fabric we're using?
It could have,
Okay.
but it still should.
So this is a good exercise because we're playing around with stuff.
It's pulling up. That means. And that is the left needle.
Whoa, that went way the wrong way. Oh, that's better. Right there.
And you've got that at 4.4?
4.4.
Yes, that is. No, still not. This should not be like that. This should be laying flat.
It doesn't want to on this fabric.
So,
Oh, but boy, look at what happened when we reduced the tension on the lower looper and increased the tension on the top. Look what
yeah,
it did.
it just pulled it all the way. So I want, let's go. Try that.
Nope, nope.
No. All right, let's do.
The 4.4 made it, everything on the front lay real nice.
Try that. Not?
Boy, you can really make some differences with different.
Yes, you can. All right.
We haven't tried excessively lowering that one.
No, we haven't.
So, how much of this do you do before you start stitching on something, typically? Whoa. No. So typically,
Typically, I might change the needle.
Oh, there, I just fixed it.
There it is. Yeah. Now you put
Okay.
it to what?
I put it all the way up to 6 on the right needle.
On the right needle.
So I was just playing with it. So that's not what it said to
No,
do. So I guess maybe it doesn't always get it right. Sometimes you got to figure out your own. But that's about perfect.
That
isn't
is perfect. Yep. And I mean, it's, yeah, that
Okay.
is real good.
it? So now we know.
Let's just go ahead and stitch. Try one layer.
One layer.
Uh-huh.
And it'll be different probably, won't it?
Maybe, maybe not.
Yep. It's pulling now.
So,
So it's
you're-
too tight now.
Now it's, yeah.
So if I went back down to that, let's see what happens.
Now,
Now it pulls again. But still, it looks like the layers of fabric make a difference in it as well.
It does.
Okay, so I took, ooh, perfect. Okay, so that's back on double layers.
So the lower looper, we increased
the right needle.
the right needle
I increased by a lot.
quite a bit.
1.5.
Yeah, yeah. Now, we could adjust this a little bit
To get that
to,
little, yeah.
Let's see if we can see how that does, if that helps.
Yep. Now look how perfect that is. Oops. So that gives that stitch lays right on that outside edge. And then everything's flat where it's supposed to be.
So with the serger, I mean, you have to play with it. And
So what happens if you just
Didn't
give
play
up
with
and
it.
you said, I'm going to make this work, and I stitch it like this? Would my
No.
seams be as strong?
well, pull them and see.
Oh no, they pull loose. So
You would want them.
Yeah.
You want that because that's a safety stitch is what's sewing along the edge there.
So if you were making yoga pants and that was your safety stitch,
Yeah, you might.
that would be bad.
So you want to adjust it, and it just takes a little bit of playing
Okay.
to see where to adjust.
Well, as we just demonstrated, that
Yep.
that took quite a bit of playing. Okay. Okay.
So
And we did stitch
when
right.
we did that and showed the difference in
Yeah.
the stitch width.
So that's cool. Okay. Cutting width. Let's
All right.
do cutting width. Are we still on?
Do we have?
Yeah, you give me that one again. I haven't.
Haven't fully
I
used
haven't
it.
fully killed this one yet. Okay. So cutting width. Tell
All
me
right.
what I'm
So
supposed
right
to do.
now we're on 6.
Here, I can give you this back.
Our cutting width is right down here.
Okay.
So if you look, if you look at your needle, let's take this out. Here is your knife, right here. Now go ahead and turn this and watch the knife.
There's the knife.
Do you see how it's moving in?
Yeah.
So that you're cutting off
More.
less.
More. Less.
Less. And now if you take it out, you're going to cut more.
Yeah.
So 6 is your
That's
first.
9.
Is that 9?
It's 9.
See,
It's an upside down
backward,
6.
yeah. So you want it, the norm is right here, right where the set.
6.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is your norm cut. So let's go ahead and,
Okay.
ooh,
Let's try that again. So that needs some work.
you'd have to readjust, go in there and readjust. But you've got, no, just 2 thicknesses.
So I have to go back up here. Because I took that down and that didn't work. So we got to go back up here. And then this we had adjusted. I'm going to unadjust that. And let's try it on this one where we had our stitch length example. Let's see what happens here. Oh, you know what? We're sewing on top of another seam.
Right.
That was what was showing through. Okay. Yeah, so that's good. So everything's where it should be. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Most of the time, there really is, it depends on your thread. If you remember last week, we had a different thread.
Yes, we did.
And we had actually 4 different colors.
Yes.
But it was a little bit different weight.
It was
That is
superior.
going to make a difference. Your fabrics are going to make a difference. And so it's just having patience and playing.
So you don't have to be afraid of adjusting the tension,
No.
at least on this one, because you don't have to worry about trying to figure out what the original tension was to get back to it. All you got to do is hit that button and it takes it back. So that's helpful in itself. Okay.
Right. Except that on all sergers that I've ever worked with, 4 is your basic starting point, and then you move. And you learn to move. You know, I can remember teaching classes, and they'd go in there, their tension would be they'd be moving all of them. And you can't. You have to pick one that you think what is wrong, and then go with that one and work with it.
And then move it back to where it was
Right.
before you start on another one.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So that's the cutting width. That's where you can change that. Now, on page 21, it's talking about understanding differential feed.
Okay.
Differential feed is a feature found on most overlockers today, but it takes some understanding to fully comprehend the benefits of your sewing. Did you realize that the overlocker has 2 sets of feed dogs? And it does. It has, if you lift up your presser foot, there's a feed dog in the front and there's feed dogs in the back.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
I think you can
Feed
move
dog
this
here.
out.
Okay.
So there's the feed dogs there.
Can't I just take that off?
No,
You can't take the foot off?
you can take the foot off. Push right back here.
Okay.
Yeah. There.
There, okay. So there's our front feed dogs. And
And
our
then
back
there's your
feed
back
dogs.
ones.
I guess I never realized that. Okay. Now I gotta get that back on there. And this has to come up. And then that has to go.
Now, you gotta get it situated right there. You are.
Okay.
All right. So if you look at the diagram on your screen, let's go back here. And right here is your differential feed.
Okay.
And it says that it's 1.0. So you are going to the fourth thread integrated. That's the screen that we have
Right.
up there. You should, when you, okay,
Touch
touch that. This is where you would adjust for that. So a setting of 2 is gathering or stretch compensation.
Oh,
1.5 would give you a light gathering. 1 would give you neutral or no effect.
okay.
And 0.7 would give you stretching. So let's see what they're gonna have.
Okay, so wait, step back on that. Stretching compensation versus stretching. Gathering.
it can compensate for fabrics that want to stretch out or wave.
Oh, so it
it
keeps them
keeps
from doing
it-
that.
right,
Okay.
right.
And then the one that says stretching, that gives you the
gives
ability
you
for the fabric
to-
to stretch. Okay.
You know, because there are times when we used to do children's clothing and you would want, it would be like a little waved edge. You would do that with the differential feed.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So stretchy fabric, we have some.
Okay.
We have 4 spools of serger thread. We have our C11 foot on.
Right.
And with the differential feed setting at 1, which is your normal, and that's what we should have is at 1, fold the fabric in half and sew along the folded edge with the 4 thread overlocker.
The folded edge.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, sew a little, you can, yeah.
All right.
Okay, stop.
Yep.
Change the differential feed setting to 1.5.
All right.
All right, and then sew some.
All
A
right.
little bit more
Oh, look at-
gathering.
yeah,
Do you
look at
see
the-
how it's doing it?
Yeah.
Okay, now change it to 2.
And then it really gathers.
But so, can you see though, if you were putting a ruffle on a little girl's dress or something?
Right here, yeah. So it's flat here, it's a little loose in here, and it's absolutely ruffledy right here. Yep. Okay.
So kind of cool. You can also, of course, get a gathering foot.
Yeah, look from this side. You can definitely see where it's gathering right there. And that was on 2, so how high can you go? 2.
2,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So that is what the differential feed does. It gives you the ability to either compensate
Okay,
or even gather. I mean, it gives you that ability.
okay.
Kind of cool.
And look, our seam was correct, so our yoga pants aren't gonna come across and split on us. Yay, okay. Okay,
So that was interesting that muslin though had gave us such a,
yeah,
because normally cottons don't. I mean, you pretty well set it at 4.0 but there might have been sizing on it.
true.
I mean, there's all kinds of variables with it. Okay. Well, we can go on to our personal memory if you want to do that.
Okay,
And so get out of there.
yeah, okay.
And we want to hit your personal memory
Which is the little
which
heart.
is the heart.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Touch the Save to Folder icon.
That's the folder
Right,
with the heart on it with the
going
arrow
in it,
going
And now you've saved that in there.
in. Okay.
And then it says touch the icon to give it a name, so you can touch, and now you can name it.
I can call it test. Okay, so I'm not going to do that because I
Right.
don't want to save that in there, but okay.
Enter a stitch name for the stitch jersey. You could put on jersey knit differential feed adjustment. You could tell it what you did that you liked.
Right.
For practice, change the MTC setting, which we've done that. And to read to 1, any manual settings needed to be recorded here for saved stitches. Remember, the machine does not do these things electronically. You're gonna have to record it and tell it. You see what it's saying? What I'm saying on that? Any manual settings
Right,
needed
so
to
like
be
this.
Yes.
And this.
And that, right.
Okay.
Or
So if I saved this stitch, but I had my MTC set at -2, and I had my blade set at 5.5,
it's not going to
But I
save
could
that,
type it
but
on
you
there.
can type that in and say, I saved
I
this
got
at
it.
-2.
and then when I go back to
Right.
it would pop up, and I would go, oh, I got to set
Okay,
this to
right.
5.5, and I got to
Right.
Okay. Got it.
Sort of like our needle minder on our sewing machine.
Right. Doesn't change the needle.
Yeah.
Right.
So, okay.
All right.
So then you can touch the green check.
And I
and
didn't
you
do that because I
yeah,
wasn't going to save
right,
that stitch
right.
to here.
And that would save it, and then it would be in your memory.
Okay.
Okay. Then when we come back,
yeah.
we are going to go to a 3-thread overlock stitch wide and play with that.
Okay. Cool. All right. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.